I faced the biggest decision of my life, and I'm going to talk about how I feel about that and how I approach it. But first, I go for a swim. Alright, so that was a good swim. As always, it's such a good idea to go in the cold water. So, what is the decision about that I have to make, and why is it the most, or one of the most important decisions of my whole life? So I have to decide if I want to try to transplant my liver or not. Now, why is this a big thing? Because we have absolutely no clue if that's a good idea or a very bad idea. Good idea in a sense, it could lead to the result that I'm completely healed, that I get rid of all my cancer, if the cancer so far was just in the liver. A bad idea because when you do something like this, it's a big intervention and you have to take medication that reduces your immune system, which in case the cancer is outside of the liver will lead probably to a spreading in the whole body, which probably will lead to a very, very bad outcome. So obviously it's very hard to say if that's something I should do or not, because the other option, so that's option A, the other option is to just keep going as we did so far, meaning making surgeries in the hope that one day it will not come back. Taking into account the history of my illness, we have to expect that it's coming back, despite it's kind of chronic and not aggressive, but it comes back, and then maybe also at one point it will come back outside of the liver, and then it will be too late for a transplant. So now you have this window, this time window where you can actually decide to do that, and that will maybe close at one moment. On the other side, we also don't know if, because my life quality is amazing, like, so why should I risk it? Because we don't know if just keep going like we did so far could lead me very well, like to a very further place, because going like this could also lead me to healing in the end. And so you see, I have two options, and both options can bring the result that I'm healed, and both options can go the wrong way. And now is the problem that no doctor is able to tell me what to do, because there is absolutely no data, or just not enough data to make a good prediction. So it's up to me to make this decision, which is pretty crazy, because in the end it's like somebody telling you, hey, look, you have to decide about your own life. In a way, I mean, at the end we never decide about our life because there's so many things that can go wrong. It's not I want to say that I have it all in my hand, but this decision, it's in my hand and I have to make it. And it's pretty draining, it's pretty big, like, to be honest. It's really, like, it's surreal. Sometimes I'm sitting laughing, it's nothing to laugh about, but I have just to laugh because, like, how should I find space and the right intuition to make this decision? So yes, it is for sure a turning point, and I'm sinking into this since some months now, since some weeks, I'm sorry. I also know I don't have to make the decision in the next week or two, like, it's not so dramatic. We will have soon a new update on the scan result, and hopefully, let's touch some wood, that will bring us more insights in a positive direction. And I will wait until we have this intel on the table. So it's not that I have to make a decision tomorrow, but I have to make a decision, because not acting is also a decision. And I know that, and I don't want just to stay passive, and then the decision is made for me. So what I learned so far, and I had today morning a very interesting coaching that was helping me to find a better understanding what I can do and how I can approach it, because this is a wicked problem, okay? Wicked problem in the sense there is not a solution. There is not like you can look at the equation and then in one moment in time you know, okay, that's the solution. It's not. There is not a concrete, clear solution. So the only way to solve a wicked problem, or this wicked problem for myself, at least that's how I feel, is to trust my intuition that the decision will come to me and that I don't have to force or make the decision, that at one point I will know. And in order to do that, I was describing that in the coaching today, that I feel like I'm in a huge storm and it's like shaking and windy and raining and it's like really this turbulence I'm in. And in this, when I am in this state, I am in this state now, I cannot find a clear head and like, okay, knowing what I have to do. Like, it's very probable that I just make a decision that is like, okay, I have to act. And probably that's not the best decision. So what I feel like is that I have to go really into the middle of the storm, because in the eye of the storm, there is stillness. There is like not a lot of turbulence. Like when you have a tornado in the middle, it's very calm, and I have to find a way to trust and to dare to go there, because I believe, I don't know yet, but I believe there will like hide or lie my decision. So what I'm gonna do now is I don't force the decision, I force the creation of a space that is neutral or empty or still, that I can go in, and then I remove any force and allow the decision to unfold. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not sitting down and take a notebook and like, oh, I have to write and okay, this is the decision, because I know I cannot find a decision like that. So what I will do is I will consciously create a space. I will, and that's what I'm pushing for. I'm forcing this space. I will put borders and say, okay, all the clutter out, all the distraction out, all the daily business out. Like, I need space. I need time and space. And I force the creation of this space, and then I go there and I just sit in it, or I walk. I mean, whatever I do, I just go into the space without a mobile phone, without like anything or anybody can distract me. Like go into the eye of the storm, and then I just see what happens. Like, I trust that then the whole process will unfold and the decision will appear that I will feel. Yes, so that's what I'm gonna do. I already know how. I do like mini experiences of that during the day when I meditate, or when like before I go cold water swimming, or when I go for a run. But I will dedicate 2 days. That's what I'm gonna start with. I will organize myself a place to stay overnight, and I will walk from here, from my hometown in Zurich, for a whole day away from the city. I will sleep in a place there. I also have some ideas where that could be, and then I walk back. Like, I take 2 full days, just me and myself walking in nature, and like not trying to get distracted by all the unnecessary things in my life, and just sinking into the eye of the storm and trust. And just talking about it feels actually really good. That doesn't mean that I feel good. I still feel tense, of course. I'm honest with it. Like, I think any other emotion or like having a feeling of lightness would be quite unhuman or inhuman. So yes, but thinking about this process of doing that feels really good. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. and I will not vlog about it. So, because that will be my space. I will happily to talk after that if I found something interesting, but that will be just my space with myself in stillness. Yes, so that's what I'm gonna do, and maybe it also inspires you when you have a hard decision to make, to give yourself a space for stillness, and by that, like finding the right moment to, or not the right moment, but the right context to let the decision come to you. So yeah, let me know what you think, and hope you're all doing well, and sending you all my best wishes out there. See you then. Bye bye.